between the Niners and the Cowboys, both teams looking to get back on track. San Fran is dealing with another rash of injuries that has left the team under 500. Meanwhile, the Cowboys coming off a bye, hoping to shake off their ugly Week 6 performance where the offense put up only 9 points. Dak knows that he needs to up his game if the Cowboys hope to go heavy.
I'd say I've played average, and average isn't good enough right now by any means. I mean, it's never been good enough for me, so I can't say that I've been happy or excited after any of these games that I've played. I can just play better for sure, and preparing to.
All right, we'll start with our quarterback. Cam, talk to me. Is the Cowboys? Oh no, we're going to start with you, Stephen A. Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Why
are you so upset?
You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just so sick and tired of listening to him. You know, he always says that. It's like he says stuff, Cam, right? And then America, so many people in America get so transfixed, focusing on he said the right things. Oh, he's such a nice guy. And you know, he's everything but football. You know, Dak Prescott is a good brother. Seriously, let me be very serious. I know I like to troll the Cowboys and stuff like that because it's really their fans. They're disgusting and nauseating, and I can't stand them, and I love seeing them miserable. And I'm not apologizing for that. Nothing makes me happier than seeing the Cowboy fans miserable. That is true in the world of sports. That's true. But I will say this. Dak Prescott is somebody, Cam, when people see me getting on him and stuff like that, they forget I was preaching and screaming every day about how that brother deserved his bag. Remember years ago before when he was making like $4.9 million in his first 4 years, and then they finally gave him the bag? I wanted him to get his money. I said, hell yeah, you better. When he got hurt, I was furious because Jerry had procrastinated, and I thought Jerry wasn't going to pay him once he went down with that nasty injury against the Giants, and he was out for the rest of the season. I did all that, with all of that. And the bottom line is he hasn't done anything since he's gotten his money. He hasn't done anything. And I just look at him and I just say to myself, he always says the right things in the press conference. He's fabulous. I mean, this dude should run for office. I'm dead serious. He never says the wrong things. He always bloviates about the same old song that he's PC as hell. Okay, all of that stuff is true. And he's an MVP in every way until you get to Sundays or Monday nights or Thursday
Well, I would
nights.
like to say congratulations to Dak. Bartholomew Prescott, good
for
brother,
what?
Stephen A.
I'm saying for what?
He just
Congratulations
got
for
engaged.
what? I forgot about that. My bad. I'm sorry.
See, there you go.
I
You
forgot.
ain't doing your research. Since you all on Twitter tweeting and all that.
Why would I think about? Why would I be researching getting married? Why would I think about that, Cam?
It was everywhere.
I'm happy for him. I didn't know. That's all I'm saying.
All the ring jokes was evident. But needless to say, I will say this. I am very kind of curious to see the Cowboys' performance because 49ers this week, Falcons next week, Eagles the following week, Texans the next week, and then the Commanders next week. Them ain't no walk in the park. Them ain't no stroll down, whatever. So I'm looking at Dak Prescott and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, okay, bro. Like, not even Dak. I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys and saying to myself, what are we doing here? We're sitting right now in third place in the NFC East behind Philadelphia and the Commanders. So are we going to make a move or not? We need to either make a move or move out the way.
All right. Elle, I'm going to come to you here. Is the Cowboys or Niners season more on the line this weekend?
Yeah, I want to answer your question, Molly. It's the Cowboys. For one of the reasons that Cam just laid out, because they're falling behind. I mean, the Commanders at this point are looking like they're going to run away with the division. And even an Eagles team that we're very hard on, despite the fact that they're 5-2, are better than they are. But also because the Niners have been decimated by injury.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, no, they're not going to get Brandon Ayuk back, but it stands to reason that they'll get Debo back, whether it's this weekend from pneumonia or not. Maybe they'll get Christian McCaffrey back, although Jordan Mason's been a revelation. So George Kittle's a little bit banged up. And also the Niners have been here before. They've started out a season 3-5 back in 2021. They ended up winning 7 of their next 9 games and made the conference finals. So they've been with Jimmy Garoppolo, by the way. So they've been here before. The Cowboys are not decimated by injury. They came into the season with this abhorrent roster. They came into the season with these glaring weaknesses. They have so much more on the line. The last time the Cowboys, I talked about the Niners, started out 3-5, they only ended up winning 6 games that year and missed the postseason. There are weaknesses all over the field when you look at the Cowboys. Their point differential, they can't stop anybody rushing. This is as bad as it gets in a much tougher division than the Niners, so it's 100% on the Cowboys to have to win this.
No disagreement. No disagreement there. But let me say this. I do agree with you that the Cowboys are the better answer to this question, but the 49ers got to handle their business as well, particularly this weekend because of who they're going up against. Now, we've got this cat, Jordan Mason. Now, he's no Christian McCaffrey. Only he's got about 10 catches for 86 yards in 7 games, and we know what McCaffrey would bring to the table on that end if he was in the lineup, which he has not been. But when you look at Mason, he's still the second leading rusher in the National Football League behind Derrick Henry. If you look at Kyle Shanahan and the recipe to his success throughout the years is he's looking to run the football first. He's looking to utilize his assets out of the backfield before he does anything else. And if you can't do that against the Cowboys, then really, the window has closed on the San Francisco 49ers. I think that's how we have to look at this. I know Brandon Ayuk is out for the year. I know Deebo Samuel is just suffering from pneumonia, even though he had a practice this week, and he's expected to probably play this weekend, okay? George Kittle's going to be back as well. But you should be able to run the football on the Dallas Cowboys. If you can't run the football on the Dallas Cowboys, this collection of Dallas Cowboys, there is nothing that can be said in your defense in terms of you being considered a championship contender. You should be able to run the football this weekend.
The Ravens are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, winning 5 straight after starting the season 0-2. Lamar Jackson has been unstoppable, on pace to become the first NFL player to throw for over 4,000 yards and run for over 1,000 yards in the same season. So, of course, Lamar topped the odds at ESPN Bet to win his 3rd MVP. Only 6 players in NFL history have won 3 or more MVPs, and all 6 have won either a Super Bowl or NFL championship. Okay, would winning a 3rd MVP matter for Lamar if he doesn't reach the Super Bowl?
No. I don't think to him either, honestly. I mean, listen, I'm not discounting what an amazing feat that is. 3 MVPs. We've only seen 6 other players ever do it in the history of the NFL. All of them went on to win Super Bowls, or for Jim Brown, because it was pre-Super Bowl era, a championship. But we already know Lamar's fantastic. He has all the personal accolades. Yeah. He's got a Heisman. It always comes down to Lamar about what happens in the postseason. And I think he'd tell you the exact same thing. They solved the riddle of getting to the conference final last year, but it was their best opportunity. They had the home field advantage. They did everything that they were supposed to do, and inexplicably, they just decided to become a totally different team, abandon the run, and try and force it with his arm. And I think that it's always going to be something that follows him until he, at the very least, can make a Super Bowl appearance. I think that's the goal this year. He doesn't necessarily have to win, but he has to make it. He is playing better this year than he even did in the other 2 MVP years, but alas, it still comes down to that. You ask Baltimore fans right now, and they would still hedge their bet a little and go, I love Lamar, but they're still not even completely and totally sold
Need to quell
that he is the guy for them. And I feel for him, you guys. I see Cam reacting like I feel for him. He's getting Karl Maloned. He keeps running into Michael Jordan, who, of course, is Patrick Mahomes in this situation. But I think at this point, all the MVPs in the world don't matter anymore until he can, at the very least, get to a title game.
Go ahead, Cam. I was going to go, but go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
Man, listen, this is absurd. This is nasty work right now. And I'm going to tell you why. Given the history, since you are a person of statistics, Miss Elle, appreciate that. Which makes me think about a guy by the name of Peyton Manning. Okay, he had that same type of bug of not being able to perform with the ring.
Yeah.
His Goliath, or his Joe Frazier, was Tom Brady.
Yeah.
When I look at this situation, I'm saying Peyton Manning won his first MVP around 26, 27. Elle, Lamar Jackson is 27 with 2.
I know.
Now, I'm saying all that to say he has time.
Sure.
Peyton Manning has yet to still, at this time of age of 26, 27, he has not even sniffed the playoff success that he ended up having, obviously, with 2 Super Bowl rings. Yeah. I'm saying all that to say, does an MVP help his situation for his greatness? Absolutely. Does he have to, in essence, win the Super Bowl? No, because the Super Bowl, contrary to what people may believe, still comes down to a unanimous collection of people coming together as teammates to win a football game.
Hold on.
And it's more than just Lamar. That's what I keep saying to you. It's more than just the performance of one person. So
I'm with you.
if
But
he
I think he cemented his legacy already. I think he solidified it already.
Hold on, Elle. Hold on. I got him. Cam. Oh, hell no. You ain't getting away with that.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, fair or unfair, as the former face of the Carolina Panthers, a former league MVP, you had to sit up there knowing you had a bunch of teammates and you knew it was on you. You ain't run from it. And I'm not saying Lamar is running from it either. I'm saying that comes with the damn territory. We know what the narratives are. See, people want to walk around and act like because a narrative is what it is. Oh, it's wrong, so we going to live on how wrong it is. No, we ain't talking about wrong. We talk about reality. Reality is that when you are that big time, when you are that big time of a talent, when you've won 2 league MVPs, okay, when only 9 other people have done it, and they all won championships. All of them. I got the names for you, Cam, just in case you didn't know. Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Johnny Unitas, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Kurt Warner, and Patrick Mahomes. 9 other quarterbacks only have won multiple league MVPs. The only person without a championship is Lamar Jackson. Oh, by the way, there's a running back that entered the proceedings that won multiple league MVPs. His name was Jim Brown. Won no Super Bowl back then. He just won the NFL championship. That's what they called it, okay? So let me tell you something right now. When you do that and you got the bag, and oh, by the way, there's an individual that's standing in your way who has won multiple championships named Patrick Mahomes, and your record is 1-5 against that, brother, we don't get to look at the team and go like this. It's a team game. Oh, it's offense, it's defense, it's special teams, it's head coaching, it's assistant coaches.
No.
We don't get to do that.
Don't do that. See, you just moved the goalpost. You just moved the goalpost.
How I moved the goalpost?
All I'm saying is, when you're talking about a Super Bowl win, it's not just about an individual performance. It takes multiple things. Adam Vinatieri, if he doesn't make the field goal, we're talking about that in place. You can't kick it. But hold on.
Got it.
Hold on. The thing that's here, since we're talking about, a lot of things here, he's 27. Relax, Stephen. Hey, we got time. Even though we don't have, he's 27. Relax.
But he said we didn't.
Lamar Jackson is finding himself to find ways to win football games. You have to learn how to win games, or in essence, how not to lose games. Let the guy cook.
What, Cam, before I go on, tell the world the name of your podcast, please. Tell the world the name of what's the name of your podcast?
Welcome to 4th and 1. Well, I
Fourth and 1. 4th and 1, right? Let me ask you a question right now. Now, I've watched you. You got over 1.5 million subscribers. People watching you, Cam. You understand what I'm saying? Damn good show, damn good podcast, by the way. I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing a good job. But let me say this to you. But let me tell them this, Elle. The interesting part, the reason why I bring that up, I don't see you going on your podcast talking about people got time. It's about, listen, tomorrow ain't guaranteed.
Go ahead, take us home.
Just very quickly, Cam, the question was not, is Lamar running out of time to win a Super Bowl? The question was, will a third MVP matter if he can't make a Super Bowl appearance? And I said no. And in terms of moving the field goal, you just in the last block said that the Jets could somehow resurrect a pretty bad roster because they have Aaron Rodgers. That's also a team. I know that Lamar Jackson can play incredibly well, but the point is he's not been able, his teams, for whatever reason, it still lays at their feet, as you know, as the quarterback, it still lays at their feet. And his team has not been able, they've underperformed in the postseason to this point. And I think Lamar himself would tell you, and he has said it multiple times, don't care a single thing about any more personal accolades. All I want is that ultimate team title.